What a pleasure now. I'm joined by the APS's CEO, Kate Kirby. Kate, welcome.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you very much indeed for taking the time to come talk to us today.
No problem. I'm always delighted to see you here.
Now, how many people are here, do you think, this year?
Well, right now we're at 11,200.
A record?
A record, absolutely. Last year was a record when we met in New Orleans, but and that was just a little over 10,000, so we're up 1,200 on that.
So these records, do they represent, do you think, the health of the organization right now?
I think there's certainly one indicator, but another indicator is the fact that we have growing membership, generally about 2% per year. So that's very strong. We have a lot of graduate students and undergrads who are members of the organization as well, and they're sort of the future.
I think that's really important, isn't it? Because sometimes you can overlook the contribution for the younger people, the undergrads, and they seem to be really engaged this year here.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of exciting physics going on, and so they're very much a part of it, and I think that's very important.
One of the things we were talking to Francis about as well was the legislative work that you've all been doing this year as well. Your membership has really been engaged with that too, I think.
They have, and I'm delighted that our government affairs office has been engaged with our units and our unit leaders, and our presidential line has been meeting in Washington with folks in the administration on a number of occasions this past year.
One of the other things that grabs you when you walk through this door is that people from all around the world here. Do you think that represents how international physics has become these days?
Oh, for certain. Physics is very international, and as an organization, our international group keeps growing. We're at about 25% now in terms of our members, but in our journals, more than 75% of our publications come from outside the U.S. And so that's a very significant international representation.
And the health of the journals is good as well, isn't it? That's another.
Oh, it's very strong. And right now, of course, we're supported mainly by institutional subscriptions, but we're certainly readying ourselves to deal with open access. And I think that will be a challenge, but we will be able to negotiate it pretty reasonably. So. That's a challenge. And one of the things about being in charge of such a successful organization is those challenges never stop coming, do they? That's true. And, but we have a wonderfully engaged membership, and that makes a huge difference, I think. And we have a staff that also works well with members. And so, it's great to have challenges because I think they often make you rise to a higher level.
And finally, strategy.
Yes.
Every time I see you, you're working on strategy. So what are you working on now?
So we're looking at coming up with a new strategic plan because the one we have in place now is sort of an artifact of our old APS leadership structure, which was a triumvirate. And so the plan is not complete. It's not broad enough in scope. And so we're really, the current plan lacks thoughtful attention to our journal publishing, which is so important, and the financial health of the organization. So those are two areas that we really hope to enhance. But our current plan, which emphasized serving the members, serving the physics community, and also serving society, those are still very important. And so those will be wrapped up in the new plan as well.
Okay, thank you very much indeed for taking time to talk to us.
Oh, it's been great, and glad you're here, and because I think there's a lot of excitement going on at this meeting.
Thank you.